Good morning, everybody, or good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Hope you're all okay. So we're doing something a little bit different today. We're doing a night flight, as Jadis requested, actually, on the stream on Monday. So the more observant among you will notice that it is not dark yet. So we're in South Korea, and we're going to head over to Tokyo. And the idea is that on the way, we should get a sunset. And then we should arrive into Tokyo at night. So I wanted to kind of strike a bit of a balance in that we get a daylight takeoff rather. Get to see some of South Korea because we're flying across that. And then we will get a sunset as we make our way across to Tokyo and land at night. So it's actually kind of mid to late afternoon at the moment. I fiddled the time slightly, just so we're a little bit earlier to get that sunset. That's the plan anyway. That is the plan. Right, let's jump into the cockpit and work out what we're doing. There we go, here's our plan. We are at Incheon International, going to Tokyo. There's two airports in Tokyo I learnt this morning, two major ones, and we're going to Haneda, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure if that's how you pronounce it, but there we go. So, weather-wise, I think we're going to leave live weather on, just so we see if it's any better today than it was the other day. We'll give it another chance, shall we? Shall we? Alright, let's get ourselves fueled. So we're looking at about a 2-hour flight, 1 hour 45 it says, so probably 2 hours sort of wheels up, wheels down, get to the gate, I would imagine. Let's just set our payload a moment. There we go. There we go. Thanks for all the likes already, by the way. We've barely even started. We've got 4 likes. That's awesome. Honestly, it helps the stream, like, so much. I can't even begin to explain how much it helps. So, genuinely, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, let's get this thing fired up, shall we? I got external power on, but that's really as far as we've got. So parking brake is set, battery 1 and 2 is on, external power is on, nav and logo lights on, APU, master, and then start. Do navs 1, 2 and 3. We're going to try something a bit different today as well. We're going to try no music. Because the poll we did on Monday, it was like over 2/3 of people said no music they preferred, so we'll see. Give the people what they want. We're just waiting on this button here to turn green to available, and we can start. There it goes. Start APU bleed. So that's the jet engine in the tail of the aircraft, giving us auxiliary power. So once that's on, we can kill the external power because we don't need it, because we're running on our own power through the APU. Right, fuel pumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're on. Oxygen crew supply. No white lights, arm the emergency lights, and no smoking. Now let's see what our route is looking like down here. So go to the AOC menu, init, and we'll pull that in from SimBrief. There it is, there's our departure, and our arrival airport. Estimated time of arrival 1 hour 43. Excellent. So we'll go over to init request, and go to the next page. Bring in the 0 fuel weight, which is calculated because it's got orange squares. If you click it once, it puts the values it calculates in the scratch pad. Click it again, it fills it in. And then we do fuel planning and confirm. And then into perf, we'll do flaps 1 for takeoff, UP 0.1. Morning, Bevy. How's that new account treating you? Well, I hope. So V1 133, rotate 134, and V2 138, based on our weight and all that stuff. Now let's look at our plan. We're going to use runway 15 right to take off. Weirdly, the sim in its current state, without any mods on this airport, only has 2 of the 4 available runways, which is a bit weird. Okay, what's our route out of here? We want Ego. Ego B2C, we'll try that. The new account's alright, glad to hear it. It seems a bit weird if it wants us to come out. Night flight in the paper plane. Oh, Bevy, you'll be lucky. One of these days I will. Let's view what is going on here. Hey Jalise, how's it going? Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, we're going to arrive on... I think it's runway 8? 16 left. How embarrassing. And we're going to use XACN as our star. So we'll see what that looks like on the plan, shall we? That will click through the route. Okay, let's just clear this discontinuity. That's all looking good. Right, okay. So I think what we'll do here at this waypoint, we will take manual control and vector ourselves in. We just need to get to lorry basically and we're good. My fear is if I remove the discontinuity, this is going to go really weird. It will probably like do a figure of 8 or something, because sometimes it just goes weird and I don't know why. I guess we could try it and see what it does. We can always take control ourselves when we get there. That is a bit tight, isn't it, really? Yeah. Never mind. Yes, it will be dark when we arrive. So it's about 4 o'clock local time. And by the time we get up in the air, we should get a nice sunset. Because obviously the sun is setting over Japan now. So the kind of the sunset is coming towards us as we're flying towards it. And yeah, we should get that. Yeah, so as I feared, removing that discontinuity, the plane's just gone, and of course we want it to come all the way out here and around and in. So at this waypoint, we'll take control, bring ourselves out, parallel the runway, in and around on final. That should be fine. That should be fine. I'm a little bit concerned about the departure though. It's a bit weird what it's done there. Never mind. Right, let's just go and, if you'll permit me. So here's a question. Looking at the plan, it wants us to take off this way. But if we join the runway here, does that make it runway 13 or is it 33 or 15? Because obviously 15's at the other end, but we're sort of taking off in the direction of 15. Very strange. We need to go here anyway. Anywho. As we are pointing in this direction and we need to be taken off back there, basically. Alright, what is local pressure? Let's get some things set up here. Local pressure 1025. Flight directors are on. Got to be above 5,000, which we can do, no problem. Above 9. Above 11. 13, 17. Then it's 370 all the way there. So we might as well just get 370 in the window. Because if we're allowed to be above all of those points, there's no reason not to be, really. We might as well just let the plane climb. Let the plane do the work. Very good. Okay, throttles. We're in idle, engine switches are off. Nice. Door locked. Parking brake is set, windows are closed, external power is off, APU is on, seatbelt signs are on. Beacon is on. Right, let's see if we can get ourselves pushed back. Parking brake off. Away we go. Get engine 2 starting. There's the pushback system giving us a little jolt. You say that, Bevy, it's happened before. It has happened before. Let's do a little bit more. Don't know why it's decided to stop. Yeah, it was the early days of the channel. I don't think it was on stream, I think it was a recorded video. I was going into... oh, I forget where it was now. It was Germany somewhere. It was the wrong airport. Where was it? Stuttgart, maybe? I remember as I was landing, I was like, this airport doesn't seem very big to be the main airport. And of course it wasn't. This was before I was very good at using the all the systems on the plane, so I was kind of flying visually for the most part. Thank you very much, Tug. We'll leave it at that. That'll teach me to fly visually, won't it? Okay, engines are started. Engine selector switch back to normal. Let's jump up to the top here and sort some things out. So APU bleed off, APU master off. And we do our strobes to auto, nose lights to taxi, and runway turn off lights. We will put them to on because it might get dim on us quite quickly. Yeah, I keep telling you guys, this is the best airline, so, you know. It's the best airline if you love rubbish airlines. That should be my slogan. Alright. Let's do auto brake to max. Don't know why they were at full. There we go. Armed flaps 1. Ground spoilers armed. Everything else is looking good. Right, let's have a little taxi out, shall we? It's about that time. So, parking brake off. Hopefully the sim won't start stuttering this morning. It went really badly last night. I did a stream in Canada. I don't know if any of you saw it, but it was coming out of Calgary. Oh, that's bad. That was bad. How on earth do we get to where we need to be? I feel like I'm lost already. Oh, that was so annoying when it crashed, wasn't it? Still, it happens. You just got to kind of deal with it as and when it does, really. Every time the sim does something wrong at the moment, I'm just like, maybe a new graphics card would fix it. I am making a new livery at the moment, actually, Bevy. It will soon be revealed. All will be revealed. Fear not. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit lost. I think we need to go this way. Here we go, straight ahead. Yeah, thinking about a little bit of a rebrand for the channel. Sort of new profile picture. New livery, and then I'll try and get them made for all the planes that we fly in. Either by myself or by paying someone to do it. I'm on Instagram now, by the way. I did that yesterday. So I'm now an expert in Instagram. Let's hold short, sort out our lights. Let's do our takeoff config. Normal, it's always a relief. We'll leave the packs as they are because in a post-COVID world we sort of want the ventilation in the cabin, even if it comes at the expense of a little bit of performance on the runway. Not that the A320X models that at the moment in any case, but see that sun's starting to get low, isn't it? What I didn't do. Get these out over here. Right, I think dare I say it. Morning, Nick. Just in time. We're about to take off. I think we're just right. Let's take off. Let's go. Positive rate, gear up. So we're sort of going to wrap around the airport. So we're going to do a left turn, followed by many left turns. So you can see the sun is well on its way to setting. It should turn us into a night flight fairly pronto. About the music today, Nick. I did a poll on Monday and about more than 2/3 of the people said they didn't want the music, so I might try it without today, given that it's a night flight as well. Just see how that works. We'll just have a little bit of engine noise. Not sure. Let's run the poll again today without the music and see if the result flips. Because it might be people wanting what they don't have as opposed to them not actually wanting the music. Hey, no worries, at least happy to do it. It's nice to get ideas. I appreciate it. How do I make the thumbnails? Generally, I'll use the drone camera and just sort of get loads of different angles. The full disclosure, the thumbnail on today's flight isn't actually in Japan. It's just a nighttime thumbnail that I had, so a little bit of a cheat, but we do what we must. Feet, so we'll do altimeter to standard. And that's off. Disarm the auto brakes. Oh, I know what I didn't do. Hang on. You're going to make an ad for Air. Cheers, baby. Sim Toolkit is free, yes it is. Awesome little bit of software. tell you what I saw yesterday, because I've been thinking about getting the add-on units for the Thrustmaster throttles. But my thought is, if I'm in the 737, the flap detents are different. Well, there's detents that are set up for the A320, but of course they don't map to the 737. And then I saw this little thing that's 3D printed. Someone's made this 3D print design that you can sort of slot into the throttle unit. And there's a little lever that you 3D print as well that replaces or clips on top of the one that comes with it. So you have to sort of lift the lever up and pull it into all these little detent positions. I love it. It's so cool. Careful using songs, Bevy, you'll get copyrighted. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't think Bevy was actually doing it either. Sit back and relax, Bevy, it's all good. Where are we going to next? That's a good question, Nick. I only really decided on this flight about 2 hours ago, so that's where we're going next. That's a good question. Have I done a Tokyo final before? I think maybe before I started streaming, but was uploading videos to the channel. I think I did one there. I think I did. Can't be sure though. I seem to remember there was something weird in the water. There was like this structure in the water on final. So if we see that, then I'll know that I've done it before. Bevy. Is that snow? Fly to Sydney, yeah. We'll have to do our tour of Australia all over again, won't we? That was cool. I did enjoy doing that, that was cool. The problem there, Nick, is I need to get good at a 747. The landings, the success rate on the landings in the 737, for me at the moment, 737, 747, 50-50. It really is that bad at the moment. Such a heavy plane, to get it down smoothly, really tricky. So I'm trying to work out, is the sim trying to simulate snow there on the ground? Or is that just the natural colour of the landscape? Surely not. Yeah, that would make sense, Nick, wouldn't it? I think it must be winter time. I mean, obviously we're still in Korea, but yeah, the point still stands. It's the same area, isn't it? About 9,000 feet, 8,000 feet to our cruise. sure that I'd go on for. Bevy, I don't know. Like, this is your endeavour. I'd hate to be the one to dictate terms. I don't know, Nick, it's gone to 50-50 already. The music did win briefly, I'll give you that. That's the spirit, baby. Well done. Right, let's have a look. What are we expecting when we get there? A wind of 50 degrees and 2 knots, so basically no wind. Awesome. Air pressure similar to what we had in South Korea. Slightly warmer on the ground, 9 degrees instead of 2. Okay, cool. Not quite sure what you mean, Nick. The Virgin 747. You're not referring to the rocket that they did recently that went wrong? Whatever you see fit, Bevy. Yeah, I did see. Well, I did see the Virgin thing down in Newquay, which is really weird because I was at that airport not so long ago. They've got an aviation heritage museum there. It's really cool place. Loads of old military jets, and they're very chill. Like, they'll let kids sit in the cockpits and like smash the joysticks around, and like, they don't really care. There's like they're old, they're never going to fly again. You know, they're quite chill about it. Which is the same airport they do that from. It's really cool. Talking to one of the guys there, one of the volunteers, like most of the people there are kind of like ex-RAF or ex-captains of some description that, you know, they're retired now, but they can't kick the habit of aviation, so they volunteer at this place, and you get them talking, and it's awesome. You know, like some of the things they can tell you, and they just want to tell you as well. They're just so desperate to talk to someone about this stuff. You can tell, like, they just light up when they start talking. Getting a bit bumpy. But yeah, talking to one of them, we were stood in front of a what was it? Tornado jet. They had a couple of Tornado military jets. And they were saying they nearly traded one of them for a 747 that had been retired. They were going to park it up. They would have had a ground power unit, so they could have powered the thing up, let people get on it and kind of experience the plane, but they couldn't get the council to agree to having it there because the council were technically their landlords. There we go, that is the end of South Korea's land. We're going out to sea now. So we've got a way to go yet. 658 miles. Just checking on that pole actually when I think of it. Oh no, music's winning. No, Nick, we won't have time to fly back today, unfortunately. It's too long of a route. That will push me way over the time that I have today. Sorry. Oh, look at that view. How cool is that? how long do we think before that sun completely sets and it goes dark? 10 minutes? So the poll is 67% in favour of music, although it's a very, very small sample size. We've only got 6 votes. You guys want some music? We can do it. It's a tricky one, Jalise. You know, you can please some of the people some of the time. I mean, people could argue that me talking over the stream is a violation of the title, so, you know. I did have someone yell at me in the comments on one of my past live streams where I titled it as Relaxing Plane Noise, and I put the music on. But I do think the two work well together. I think one can help the other. Tricky. Let's try it. Let's put a bit of music on. See how it goes. Bevy wanted to make me think he disappeared by not chatting on the stream for 3 weeks. Bevy, you're a rascal. Absolute rascal. Volume levels, Jalise, are roughly the same. Are you referring to the music? The music's a bit quieter relative to the engine noise. Okay, yeah, I mean I can see my my levels. Got like a level meter, and they are exactly where they normally are. So I don't know what to say. Probably changed his channel name again, that's what it is. We'll have to keep an eye on Bevy. What a rascal. go, Jalise. I've changed the stream title, so hopefully people won't have a right to get mad at me now. The music. Guys, I just need to pop into the house real quick. You're all in charge. I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. What did I miss? Imagine if Air doesn't come back and misses the descent. Well, we've still got 400 miles to go, so I think we're good. Although look at that pole, the pole is swinging back in favour of engine noise now. I also can't help but notice when I stopped talking on stream, the viewer numbers went up. I did see that, yeah, I was checking on my phone while I was inside. Crazy. I keep hearing these really loud bangs and I don't know if it's thunder. If it is thunder, that could be bad. Like the whole stream could cut out. I hope Bevy's not upset. I'm sure it's all just a little bit of fun. No drama. Take a look out front. What do we got? Looks like an airport down there. We need to work out our top of descent point as well, otherwise it's all well and good chilling to all this nice music. So we need to be at 6,000 at Umaki. .292 miles away. So let's work out our top of descent. So we're going from 37,000 feet to 6,000 feet. Let's call it 2,000 feet a minute. So we need 128 miles. Wow, that's quite a lot. So we're about 150 miles from top of descent. Not actually that far. See, the pole keeps like swinging back from music to engine noise. It's like hovering at 50, but occasionally goes like 55, 45 in either direction. So it seems I can't win. Please some of the people some of the time. a little bit apprehensive about this landing in the dark. I don't think I've done a nighttime landing since, blimey, maybe like the summer. July, August, maybe August. Yeah, that's right, actually. It's just I think when it's dark you struggle to see local landmarks. I don't know whether it's just my style of flying, but I rely on that a lot. Not that I'm actively looking at these things, but like if you're coming in the daytime and you can see a hill over there and you can see a town down there and a road over there and a river somewhere else. Just sort of in your peripheral vision, I find those really, really help just kind of aid my general spatial awareness. If you take those away and you've just got pappies and the ILS markers, I find it tricky. But all about the practice, right? Alright, see you in a minute. There's your lease. Hey, the viewer numbers just spiked up. We've got some new people. Welcome on in, guys. Welcome to the stream. So we're not too far, about 100 miles away from top of descent. So we just need to keep an eye on that. And we're heading straight down to 6,000, which will take us most of the way in. What runway are we going to use tonight? That is a good question. Let me check. Bevy, you're back. Good to see you. Runway 16 left. It's Tokyo. No, Bevy, nothing at all. Don't worry about it, it's all good. So we've actually got quite a serious tailwind going on at the moment. 76 knots it's reporting, which seems a lot. I did wonder why the plane looked like it was pitched, like the nose is slightly up. But I guess if it's got that tailwind, it needs to keep its nose up a little bit to keep us in the air, so it doesn't have that wind, that extra wind rushing over the wings from the front, giving the plane extra lift. So we're probably 30 minutes away from landing, I would guess. Thereabouts. We don't have time to do the return leg, unfortunately, so what we'll do, I think, or what I'll do, we'll get us landed, get us to a gate, shut the engines down, then I might go over onto my other channel and stream a bit of COD, a bit of Call of Duty. I obviously don't do that over here because that would just be weird, doing it on a flight sim channel. I'll pop a link in the chat if anyone's interested in following us over. Yeah, I don't know, Nebula. I don't know. No need to leave though. It's all good. Okay, 153 miles away from our waypoint, where we need to be at 6,000 feet. And we need 128 miles to perform our descent into that waypoint. So we're very close to top of descent. Very, very close indeed. So what I like to do, because the this value here, 148 miles, I believe that's as the crow flies, not track miles. So let's add it up. 40, 57, 95. I'm lost now. 105, 125, 145, about 160, this is saying 140. We do it at 1,800 feet a minute. 42. Let's do that. Do it at 1,800 feet per minute. There we go. Let's start our descent. So we should see engines start rolling back. There we go. See the N1 is starting to roll all the way back. Plane is gradually increasing its rate of descent. It should settle there at 1,800 feet per minute. There it goes. And this is asking for our destination data. So things are going to start happening a bit now. So pressure on the ground is 1024. What's the temperature? 9 degrees, 90 and 3. Transition 14,000 today. Oh man, my coffee's gone cold. Sucks. Yeah. Right, let's enjoy our descent out the window. You got mad, Bevy? No need to be mad. It's all good. I'm sure it was all meant in good spirit. Hey Christian, welcome to the stream. Not long to go now. Coming up on 30,000 feet. Heading down to 6,000. In fact, I'm going to get my flight plan up here. There we go. I can see it in the other window. Alright, Bevy, take it easy, mate. Hopefully see you on the next one. Have a good one. Yes, Julius, we're descending. So we've come down to 28,000. We were at 37, so we started our descent about 5 minutes ago. We got our destination data entered into the flight computer. Everything is going smoothly. Not far to go. Just doing a straight line, then a left turn. Let's just review our route in, shall we? So here's us. So we've got our left turn, and another left turn. Yes, of course. So, at this waypoint, there was a flight plan discontinuity here. Just turn down that music, it's a bit loud. So the autopilot was due to cut off here, and like a fool, I cleared the discontinuity, so it's sort of just done this really weird, which of course we don't want that, it's terrible. We'd never land like that. So we will lose autopilot at this point. We'll come along parallel past Lycos. Up to Lorry. And bring ourselves in, sort of just square it off basically, so do a right, another right, come in on final. And we should be in business. Good job I remembered that. Ah, you hit the wrong button. There we go. You're excited for the landing. I'm apprehensive, but also kind of excited, I guess. Put that back into art. Hey Russell, how's it going? Good to have you in the stream. Yeah, I love it. I love the music and the kind of chill vibe of the plane. It's a good combination. Watching my videos, awesome, appreciate it, thank you. Whoa, we're up to 20 viewers. Oh no. That almost worries me. It's like I've got a lot of pressure on for the landing. Oh, cheers Russell. I do appreciate that, I'm glad you enjoy it. Should have a new video out today or tomorrow, like a full flight from Belfast to Gatwick that I've sort of, we did it on stream a little while ago, but I've kind of condensed it down into a bit of a 10-minute kind of thing, like a montage. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully people like it. Maybe they do like night flights, yeah. Watching in the Philippines, awesome. I'd love to go there someday. One of these days. So we've got our transition altitude coming up in 5,000 feet. That is at 14,000 feet today. So we'll switch over to local pressure then. 250 knots by 10,000 feet. Do our lights at 10,000 feet. And by that point, things will start to get a bit busy. out this window, just ocean. What about over here? What's at the front? Yeah, so we're sort of going out to sea a little bit. Oh no, we're not. What am I even saying? What's barrow pressure and what are you supposed to do with that? So the way I do it, there we go. So it's 1025 pressure in the airport in Tokyo. This is this up here. So it defaults to like 29902. So you switch it by clicking this ring here, then you can change the value. And then it, rather than being like 29.902, it turns into this sort of figure here, 1025 MB. So you can see here it says transition altitude 14,000 feet, so that is when you come out of the standard. That's actually changed now, isn't it? That's when you come out of standard pressure, which is obviously what you use when you're up high, sort of cruising, so everyone's on the same standard pressure. When you're approaching the airport you're flying into, they give you a transition altitude, and in this case it's 14,000. So when we hit 14,000 feet, which we're just about to actually, we will come out of standard pressure and set it to 1025. There we go, 1025, done. Yeah, so when you take off you would have it in the local airport's pressure. So for example, when we were in South Korea it was also 1025, but these are quite often different. So we set it to 1025 in South Korea, and then they give you a transition altitude on the way out, and obviously if they don't give you one or it's not clear, just sort of 10,000 is the rule that you would change from this to standard. And equally if there wasn't, I know ours is 14,000 today, but if it wasn't provided we would use 10,000 to go from standard back to this one. Coming up on 10,000 feet quite rapidly, so it might be a good idea to get our speed down to 250. Probably need the speed brakes to help us with that. Okay, time for some lights. So we're getting close now. We've got our first left-hand turn coming in about 5 miles. Hopefully the FPS maintains as we come in on final, because coming into Vancouver yesterday, or last night, it did not, which is very annoying. New graphics card, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. So we've been to Japan once, Russell, in a couple of videos, but not in a stream, I believe. I do wonder whether the 3070 gets a bit RAM starved sometimes. It's only got 8 gig of RAM, isn't it? And obviously the thing with if we become CPU limited, which is mostly the case in this game, because it all runs on one thread for the most part on your CPU. So you could have like a 16-core CPU, 32 threads. The whole game just runs on one thread mostly, so it's single-thread performance is the limiting factor. But with the 40 series Nvidia GPUs, they use DLSS 3.0, which inserts frames. They do frame generation. So they look at frame number 1 and frame number 2, and then they insert a third frame in between, which allows you to escape the bottleneck of the single-threaded performance on your CPU, which accounts for a lot of the stuttering that you get on flight sim. Yeah, getting close now, Russ. Getting close now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the plan. There we go. So ignore this turn here. When we get to this waypoint, we're going to carry on in this direction and then come up around and bring ourselves in on final. We'll use the DIR button. So we'll do heading select at this point. So we'll disconnect autopilot, manually set ourselves a heading to bring us parallel with the runway. Then when the time is right, this waypoint lorry, probably when we get to like, I don't know, here, we use the direct to function, which will give us all these waypoints that we have left on our flight plan, and it will direct us straight into this one, and it will then follow the remaining points, and we'll be on ILS by that point anyway, so we should be good. Right, there is 6,000 feet. A little bit early, but I'd rather it be that way than the other. We do Tokyo to Changi. Oh, that would be a cool idea. Changi's an interesting one. My grandparents actually met at Changi Airport, or what is now Changi Airport. It used to be an RAF base used by the British, and they this was back when, in the UK at least, when you reached 18, I believe it was, you had to do a minimum of 2 years in the national service, which is like going in the army for 2 years. So my granddad went off and did that. So did my grandma, and that's where they met. And their base was what is now Changi Airport, which is an interesting thought. Hey Devesh, yeah, I remember you. Of course I remember you. How you doing? I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. I'm sorry if I'm not. I'm very bad with names. That's probably one of the hardest parts of being starting this YouTube stuff is pronunciation of people's names and or YouTube names. Cheers, Nick. I'm hoping for a good one too, but it's yeah, I'm not sure. Haven't done a nighttime landing in a long time, and the last time I did, it was questionable at best. Let's put it that way. Like to India. Yeah, that'd be cool. It's been a long time since we were in India. We did Mumbai to... where was it? Was it Bangkok? I did that back in the summer. Could maybe do like a long haul to India from like Heathrow or something. That'd be awesome to do that one day. That'd be... it's got to be, what, a good 10, 11 hours? It was Bangkok, yeah, you're right, Gillies. So, we're getting close now. Saying that, we've still got about... we must have 50 miles left. We must have 50 miles left. Can we do wind view? Yeah, sure. Maybe not that wind view. Still got my speed brakes up. That's better. Got some lights out this one. Or we can do it like that. Any recommendations for the India flight? Maybe we could go somewhere within India. The problem is, as much as I would love to do a long haul, I struggle to get the time to do it. I only have kind of sort of short haul windows of time, really. Something around the 2-hour mark is usually pretty good. 2.5. Starting to push it a little bit with 3 hours if we do a cold and dark, because that obviously takes time out of the available time that I have. maybe Mumbai to somewhere in India. So any recommendations on the somewhere else would be cool. When I end up doing YouTube full time, I can do as many long hauls as I like. Honestly, that would be so cool. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, that would just be the best. Just going to work one day, like I'm quitting. I'm like, what? Why? What are you going to do? I'm going to fly pretend aeroplanes on my computer. Bye. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You can't do that. It's nearly time for us to engage our heading select mode. There's the airport. So we are gonna... There's our last waypoint. Let's get ourselves over in this direction. 340 I think should do the trick. Should hopefully get us roughly parallel with the airport. We'll see how live weather behaves. I mean, if it's anything like Gatwick on Monday, we could be in for a rough ride, but we'll see. So, like I said, the plan is to come up to round about here, then do a U-turn, come in on final. Should get some views out of the views out the window. I'm going to look at some weather plugins, and if I can't find one, I may start looking into SimConnect to see what can be done with weather, and maybe see if I can write my own. I want to fly in India itself. Yeah, that would be the ideal one, I think. Something within about 2 hours would be cool. Can maybe go 2.5. But yeah, that's perfect. Thank you for that recommendation. I'll look into that. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I was Googling around last night and Rex came up. Although some people said you're basically just giving yourself the weather off of X-Plane if you do that, as opposed to the weather they have here. I don't know. I think what I would like to do is take the local weather at your arrival and your destination airport. Sorry, departure and arrival airport. And then just sort of blend it in between. I'm sure it's thundering outside. I keep hearing thunder. Either that or like somebody's knocking down a house. So at the risk of sounding really dumb, where's the runway? Because it should be sort of going in that direction, and I can't see it. Unless it just hasn't loaded in yet. Yeah, so look, we've just gone past the airport, so the airport's sort of out of our... It's sort of there. But I'd be expecting to see some runway lights in sort of this direction. Oh, you're waiting for the A382? Yeah, that's going to be so cool, isn't it? I can't wait for that. Absolutely cannot wait for that. Right. It's not going to be long, and we're going to need to start slowing ourselves down. I think probably 210 would be sensible at this point, just so we've got that little bit less to do when it comes to getting ourselves down to our final approach speed. And we are nice and level at the moment, so... I guess we still don't have a release date on the fly-by-wire, do we? Let's get our first stage of flaps out. Just hear the engine spooling up now to compensate for the flaps coming out. You know, just gives that little bit more stability at the slower speed. So I'm hoping, given that we're in a built-up area and there's lots of lights on the ground, my fear of there not being much to gauge where we are might actually not be too bad. Have I flown the 787? I've flown it off-stream a little bit. A little bit, yeah. It feels very similar to like the 747 in how tricky it is to butter it. They're both really hard to get right. It's just practice, though, I think. I think the one I'm looking forward to is the PMDG 777. Let me get some wine and barking from the Airbus. Yeah, that PMDG 777, I think that'll be one of my go-tos for longer haul stuff, I think. Right, we are, if I show you, just about level with the waypoint that we need to be on. So if we go to DIR, we can go down to Lycos. There we go. Got our decel point coming up just as we end this first turn. All my lights just flickered. There is definitely thunder. That was definitely thunder I was hearing earlier. If the lights are flicking. Whoa, that's a massive... I just felt that through my desk. I don't know if you heard that, but my desk just literally shook. Very real chance the stream might cut out, guys, before we land. Like, full disclosure, that genuinely could happen. The electricity here is ants at the best of times. So I'm sorry if it cuts out. We'll see if we can get down before it does. I just felt my whole desk shake. I've got no windows in here, so I can't see outside. So I don't actually know what it's doing. But that was a big one, and it was close. How do I get the power into the shed? The shed already had power into it because it was sort of like a workshop. You know, like power tools, that kind of stuff. So it's just always been like that. But it was just a rickety old shed, really. Well, not rickety, I mean structurally it was sound. The roof is good. You know, it's been recently felted, so it's good in terms of being watertight. It was just cold because it's just like wood, and then it was the outdoors. So I lined the inside of the walls with polystyrene insulation. Okay, let's get our flaps out now. So we've got about 100 mil of insulation in the walls and in the ceiling. So it did actually reduce the size of the available room because I was eating into it by adding all this insulation to it, but it keeps it lovely and warm. So any favourite aviation sounds at the moment? At the moment, I'd probably go with the 737 PMDG. I love what they've done with the sounds on that. Right, approach mode on. Speed brakes set to medium. Get those armed lights are done. I can already feel the FPS starting to lag. Did I line the floor? So the floor is actually like a concrete sort of pad that's been dug into the ground. And I'm led to believe, I didn't originally do it, I'm led to believe there is a layer of polystyrene and then a chipboard floor put on top of that, and then I carpeted on top of that. So the floor is the weak point for sure. If it gets really cold, that concrete pad gets cold. It's like a cold radiator. So it's ground spoilers armed. Here we go. Plane's captured the glide slope. Let's see if we can land before my power goes.
2,500.
Gear down. But yeah, getting internet into the shed was the hardest bit. Oh, lights flickered again. Whoa.
2,500.
Are you hearing that? In heck. It's a thunderstorm. It's going to go. I can feel it's going to go. I even heard the sound on my headphones then. Like a static over my headphones. And of course the FPS is dipping. Could you hear the thunder through the mic? I'm curious. Okay, we seem to be stable. You think you heard something? Yeah, I mean, like, I could literally feel my desk like shaking. So I've got no windows in here. Gear down. Speed brakes are armed. Flaps full. Lights on. Auto brake medium. Approach mode is on and stable. Wind is basically nothing, so I've got no excuses for a poor landing. Can you hear the rain on the roof now? You probably can't because I've got Nvidia broadcast on that does like that mic filtering. Feels like we're not lined up with the runway though. Feels like we're going to land on the taxiway. Right, my airplane. Yeah, it felt like that. Felt like it had us lined up slightly wrong. Mind you, it could just be me. Could be the dark. That's the other thing. This is what it could be. It could be the dark throwing me off. I can hear some serious hail. It must be hailing outside. It sounds like rocks are just falling. Oh, a little bit high.
500.
A little bit high. There we go.
400.
Stopped. The rain just
300.
stopped just like that. How strange.
$200.
Can't actually see the touchdown markers.
100.
Oh, there they are. We're never going to make those.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
And we're down. That wasn't bad. I feel like I couldn't see the touchdown markers. That was the only difficult thing, so obviously that was quite a late landing. Just one of those things, I guess, flying at night. Oh, there's a bump in the taxiway. Welcome to Japan, everyone. Welcome to Tokyo. Right, where should we go? Let's go up around here. Let's find us a gate, shall we? Here we go. Yeah, quite often, I mean, I just had to rely on Pappies then. I find most of the time, and I'm obviously only realising this now, you sort of rely on those big piano keys, touchdown markers, and quite often I will prioritise those over the Pappies, because I find the Pappies are quite often not quite right. That was cool though. An interesting experience. Definitely one we should do more of, because yeah, we want to keep getting better. That's the plan. Appreciate you all being here anyway. It's been a great stream, it really has. I've really enjoyed it. And it's been great to see people coming through the chat. Some new faces. Nice to see you in the chat, Russell. Jampy, you too? Pull ourselves into here and we'll get our engines off. Oops. Focusing on the lights, not where I'm going. You and me both, Jamper. You and me both. Right, parking brake on. APU bleed is on. Only one thing for it. Get those flaps retracted. Engines off. Time to debate if I should go to London for a weekend. Flights of €30 back and forth. That's not bad. Where is that from? That can't be from far away, right, for €30. Oh, lights went again. Feel the desk shaking again. It's thundering again. Yeah, hopefully see you on the next live stream, Russell. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, once you add the hotel in, food, transport, it's not €30, is it? But, you know, London's a good weekend. Always a good day out in London. Righty-ho. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all very much indeed. I'm going to turn the computer off, I think, before the power goes. I'll maybe take stock of the situation and jump over to my other channel and play some Call of Duty for a bit. When's my next live stream? I'll be doing one tomorrow night, UK time, 7 PM. I'll schedule it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to make that one. I try and do 2 mornings in the UK time like this, and 2 evenings. So Monday, Wednesday are mornings, Tuesday, Thursday are evenings. That's kind of what I go for, and I kind of put out content. Short form content, regular videos, in between, kind of scatter those out throughout the week. So yeah, get subbed if you're not already, and you all have a great day.